Still here. Good. You've been sitting still like that for a while. How intriguing. Most people can't manage stillness when they're afraid. They fidget, pull at their restraints, make noise just to fill the silence. I had a hunch that you'd be interesting to study. You're proving me right thus far. I'm going to be transparent with you, so I'd suggest you pay attention. So, be good and listen. You're a prisoner. That's simply the truth of your situation, and I find no reason to dress it up in softer language. You were in the wrong place. You were brought here, and now you're here. That's the full extent of what you need to understand about how this happened. What I'm more interested in is why. You were one of those present during the Thornwall Incident. My raiders confirmed that. And you walked out of it. Unscathed? No. But you still walked out of it. Do you know how many others survived the incident? So you understand why I'm sitting here, across from you, having a conversation face to face, instead of letting someone else handle it. You are not an inconvenience to me, not yet, at least. You are a question I don't yet have an answer to, and I dislike unanswered questions. I'm going to come closer now. I want you to know that before I do it. Look up. There. Pupils reactive. You're not in shock. That's somewhat notable, given what you've survived. Your breathing is controlled, enough to be noticeable, at least. Stop putting on a front. I'm trying to get an accurate assessment. I suppose you must be frightened. I'm not surprised, but it only furthers my curiosity as to how you survived. I've run a number of experiments over the years. Some of them have involved people. It's not pretty, but I'd say their lives were better utilized for my experiments. You would find out eventually, and I prefer to be the one to tell you things before someone else gives you a distorted vision. None of those people were like you. They all had a ceiling, a point at which the body simply refused. The mind shut down, the will collapsed. You don't appear to have that ceiling. Or if you do, we haven't found it yet. Perhaps we will. I want to ask you something, and I want you to understand I'm not asking it as a threat. I have no reason to threaten you right now. You're not in danger in this room. Not presently, anyway. What did it feel like? The Thornwall. When everything fell apart around you, and you were the last one standing. You don't have to answer. I'll observe it eventually, one way or another. You know what this place is. Broadly, at least. You know who I am. Then you'll understand that I don't keep things that have no value to me. You have value. Significant value. I want you to sit with that for a moment. Because I imagine most of what you've been told about this situation has leaned toward the opposite conclusion. You're not going to be harmed. Not by me. Not by anyone under my direction. That would be wasteful. And I don't waste things. That is, unless you misbehave. Surely you understand that, in this position, it makes more sense to play nicely. Don't you agree? What I am going to do is study you. Carefully, methodically, until I understand what makes you different from everyone else who was standing in that corridor. And I will understand it. Relax. I'm not putting my hand here for any nefarious purposes. I'm gauging your body's natural breathing. Despite how irrelevant it may seem, this is an important step, so play along. I grew up being told that people were fundamentally the same, that there was a ceiling everyone shared, that suffering leveled everything, that pain was the great equalizer. I made it my mission to prove otherwise. Some people are built differently, shaped by something, circumstance, will, something in the body itself, into something that shouldn't be able to exist given what they've been through. I find those people endlessly interesting. I've run the calculations in my head. You must be one of those people. I'm not going to keep you restrained indefinitely. That's not the arrangement I want. Restraints tell me what a person does when they've exhausted all other options. I'm more interested in what you do when you have them. Behave for the remainder of my experiments, and we'll talk about taking them off. In time, you'll have more freedom of movement within this base. That isn't generosity. Don't misread it as such. It's a methodology. Tonight, though, you're staying in here. And that's simply because I've only just started, and I'm not ready to change the conditions yet. You can sleep, if you want. I'm not leaving immediately. That isn't meant to unsettle you. I just find it useful, sometimes, to sit with a question in the room before I start trying to answer it. You'll be here for a while, so sit with that. Try to ignore any prior engagements you had, because it's out of your control now. So, You don't have to do anything. You don't have to speak. You don't have to perform composure for me. I've already seen enough. Just rest. Interesting. Very interesting.